Senior. Ben, what do you think of Lucas Oil, man? Good to see you this morning.
Yeah, good to see you. It's beautiful, man. First NFL stadium I think I've been in, so I like it.
It's a spacious place. The goal for everybody in the West, in the East, to get here when it comes to the Big Ten championship game. I'd love your thoughts here. How's the season for the off season gone for you? And let's talk chemistry here defensively. Where are you guys at here as camp's about to get underway?
Yeah, for me specifically, just recovering from surgery in the spring. It's been awesome to be back with the guys. Getting workouts in by yourself and rehabbing by yourself definitely can get lonely at times. So it's good for just chemistry as a whole for me to be back with the guys. Be able to join them, workouts have gone well for everyone, I think, and we're as excited to get into camp here.
What were you most proud of last year with the progression defensively, either individually or as a whole? You're one of the elder statesmen on that defense.
Yeah, I think early off in the year, our third down defense wasn't where it needed to be, and where we finished over I don't know if it was the last 3 or 4 games of the year, that average that people were converting on as third down wise finished up there somewhere in the top nationally for defense. So it's obviously something that needs to be done throughout the whole year, and that's kind of something we're focused on is, not just having a good game or a good quarter, a good drive is really being consistent throughout the whole year.
As you've continued to play ball and be a leader on this team, Ben Stille's with us here on Hale Varsity. Get into the work that goes into the situational aspect of football. You mentioned third down defense, red zone defense. What are you getting for TFLs? How is that kind of drilled down on and emphasized by Coach Chenander?
Yeah, Coach Chenander does a great job, and even Coach Tuioti, just with the defensive line. We go over situations I'm not getting here probably every day. What situations we're going to be going in practice, and really because if you're not playing situational defense, right, anybody can go out there and play intramural football, but it's to another level. It's a Coach Tuioti term for you there. And so just knowledge-wise, there's just so much situationally that you need to be aware of that you're probably not aware of coming out of high school. And that's somewhere where you really got to grow in the game. Coach Chin's, we have a meeting every Thursday evenings, I think. No, maybe it's Fridays, where we do go over all situations, kind of go over situations that were seen around the country a week ago, unique situations that you don't always see and to prepare us for. And I think that's a really key place that our coaches hone in on.
Is there so much info that it bogs you down, or are you able to play fast because you've spent the prep time knowing what your job is?
Yeah, they do it. They do a really good job. Coach Tuioti was a teacher, got his degree in teaching, and so he does a good job of keeping things simple, and knowing the room. And so we have a situation, and it has a 1 or 2 word phrase that goes with it. That's what should pop in your head instantly. You see the situation, and so really, it's nothing that's information overload. It's simple, and gets the message across.
Ben Stille's with us. Ben, let's talk about the defensive line. You, of course, Daniels and Robinson and Casey here. What have you seen from that group, and what are your expectations for 2021? What can the D-line be?
I think we got a chance to build on what we did last year, and really turn into a dominant defensive line especially. We got guys with some experience now. All those guys are returning with good experience. Ty and Casey were kind of thrown into the fire last year, and they hadn't played significant snaps at all, and then we're thrown into a very important rotational role there, and so it'll be good for them. I think they won't have that aspect of some of the nerves. They're going to be calm. They're going to be cool and collected, and really be able to make more plays, I think, and grow in that aspect. So I'm excited to see where it can go.
When it comes to how 2020 ended, how would you characterize that? Was it bad taste? Was it a good note? Obviously, with a comeback win against Rutgers, how did you end last year? And let's kind of go into the math that said, yes, I want to be back for year number 6.
Yeah, I think the season itself and what the year of 2020 was, it took a toll on guys, mentally, physically, but I think mentally more than anything. Kind of the preparation for that year and just throughout the entire year, I think it took a lot out of guys. But we ended on a high note, especially with Rutgers. We ended playing some of our better ball late in the season defensive-wise, and it's something we look to build on going into next year. As far as coming back, really a lot of it came down to just how the season went as a whole, and wanting to leave this place as a better place than I found it. And that didn't exactly sit right with me this season we had last year, or really, any of the seasons that I've played in the last couple of years. So that was a big part of it, and the rest of the defensive guys that also decided to come back, that was definitely a big influence as us wanting to do it together.
Ben Stille's with us here on Hail Varsity Live at Big Ten Media Days. When we talk about giving back, you and JoJo Doman last weekend had a camp in Lincoln. You were kind enough to kind of promote that with us here last week. How was the camp? How much fun was it? I saw you doing the worm on the turf, and is that something that you've been working on? I understand third down pass rush technique, but the worm technique was pretty good. You were able to slither along, kind of keep bouncing forward.
That'll hopefully be the last and first and last time you ever see that again.
So you didn't know the cameras were rolling, huh?
I had an idea the cameras were rolling. I didn't know I was going to be called out by the kids. So the kids called you out, and you just don't really have anything else to do at that moment. Kind of had to throw that one out, pull that one out of the bag. I don't know when the last time I did that was, but it was definitely my first time post-surgery practicing that on the shoulder. So good to know that rehab went well and can handle the worm.
What was the reaction like from the kids, and how much fun did you have last Saturday?
Yeah, without a doubt, we loved it. Honestly that we got asked, how much fun it was for the kids, and I mean, really, it's that much fun and more fun for me and Joe just to get out there and interact with the kids. It's not something they get to do every day, but it's definitely not something we get to do either. And so, yeah, they all had a blast, and really just enjoyed themselves, and had a good time interacting with not only us but our teammates. And we're just really grateful that our teammates would come out and help us put on an event like that.
Ben Stille, cover of the Hail Varsity Yearbook. What's the thought bubble? You usually look at the birdie, smile, be happy, but as a defensive lineman, you got to look grumpy, don't you?
Yeah, I took a lot of grumpy pictures, but that's kind of my natural face in general. It's pretty grumpy looking, so that's kind of what they got stuck with, unless they wanted me to cheese from home.
Well, but you can't be a smiley D lineman, can you?
No, well, Casey Rogers might be the smiliest D lineman I know, but
why is he so smiley?
I don't know. He's always in a smiling mood.
There you go. Ben Stille with us here, Hail Varsity, live here in Lucas Oil Stadium, Media Days 2021. Ben, we'll see you later on in the season. Thanks for the time, man.
Yeah, appreciate it.